what you're saying now is that you told me months in advance because you was telling me things that were going on at Fox. Hell, I didn't know, and I'm like, hold on. I drive to this building every day. How the hell you know what I don't know? You telling me, bro, it's going down like this. It's happening like this. And I'm just scratching my head. I'm like, I'm at this building every day, and everybody cheesing and peasing in my...
Was I right?
You was absolutely spot on.
Say I was right. You know. And by the way, it wasn't because of Fox. It's because I know the business.
Right.
I've been here for 30 years. I can see it a mile away. You know, I can see the handwriting on the wall. I knew when it was over for you, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I knew when it was over. And I was like, I'm here. You see what I'm saying? Because I knew what was gonna happen. What happens is when you got noise, and we gonna call it like, listen, I'm gonna call it like I see it. You don't wanna do this, let me do it. All right? Because I've been in the business long enough. When you're black and you have the kind of evident, apparent, meaning public situations like that, we don't win. Everybody's circling. The sharks are circling now. It's not one person. And it's not, collusion going on. Instinctually, people tend to believe this, believe that, and the sharks are circling. And that's why I came out. You know the number one reason I came out, even before First Take was even on my mind? You know the number one reason I came out, Shannon Sharpe, and I said, I want Shannon Sharpe on First Take? Because I wanted the world to know that you were wanted. That was the most important thing to me. I wanted the world, I didn't want you to be in a situation where the sports world looked at you and said, what'd he do? He must have done something. Persona non grata, blah, 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 blah. So I said, if he ends up here, he ends up here. The honchos know I want him. But more importantly than that, this is a brother that I think has done a lot of good work on television that has helped our community. And as a result, it's incumbent upon me, because of the perch that I sit on, to let them know he's wanted. Don't cut him off, because that's what they did to me in 2009. They cut me off and left me for dead, bro. And I'm not talking about ESPN. I'm talking about the industry. They cut me off and left me for dead. They thought I was done. They were writing my epitaph. And I knew it. And I said, I was blessed and fortunate enough to have enough connections and to do what I do to overcome it. I don't know if this brother does. So let me let the world know he has me. And we'll go from there.
That happened. That absolutely happened like that, because you and I was talking, and you was like, bro, I got this, but as soon as I get out of this meeting, I'll hit you back. And we were talking 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and you took every last one of my calls. And I'm thinking to myself, and I remember getting on the phone calling my sister, and I was like, Libby, it's probably gonna happen. I say, because it's not coming from inside, it's coming from somebody that I know knows the business, and he wouldn't bull jive me. But he told me that there's a 95% chance that it's gonna happen, and he wants me on his show. And I'm like, I think I'm good at what I do. And for him, it did my heart good. Because I know what you represent in this industry to say, I want him on my show. Whatever this, I don't believe nothing. Look, you go back and from when I was with the Broncos for 10 years, went to Baltimore for 2, back to the Broncos for 2, CBS for a decade, I was with Fox for 6 years. Not one person ever said anything bad about Shannon. He's difficult to work with, he this, that. My greatest compliment from players is guys that were on my team say, Shannon Sharpe's the greatest teammate I ever had. He's my favorite teammate, the way he approached it, the way he was. And so for you to come to me and to say what you said when you didn't have to do any of it, and nobody would have held that against you. Because like you said, that's what would have happened. And I heard it. Man, he must have did something. No, showed up every day on time and did a hell of a job. I remember when Jamie Horowitz, who we're talking about, came to recruit me in 2016 in April at the W Hotel. He said, you're gonna be a star. I said, Jamie, I know what, he said, trust me. He says, I know talent.
It goes deeper than that. Because you see, Jamie, whether he wants to tell you this or not, I knew back then Skip was auditioning you. Because whenever I took off, you would be there. And what Jamie wouldn't tell anybody is that there were extra days that I would take off, just so Skip could bring you on. Because, again, if you're not creating opportunities for other people, what good are you?
Right.
My pastor says, and I'm not the most religious person in the world. I mean, as promiscuous as I've been in my lifetime, at least for the first. I mean, I am in no position. You know, I'm a lot better now over the last decade or so. But Lord, I have my issues, no question about it. And you know, my pastor would say all the time, there's no success without a successor. And so when I look at, you know, for me, all the brothers that are on the show, one of my proudest moments was when Michael Irvin came last year. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it was proud, because I love the playmaker. I mean, he and I are very, very tight with brothers. And I know what his name brings and the stature that it holds. And so you're thinking that he comes and others are going to feel alienated. But if you watched him when he was on the show with us, it was a brotherhood.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He's a great man.
And it was a brotherhood.
So you know him because you know how great he is.
Exactly.
He loves everybody.
But it's like all of these, Orlovsky and RC and everybody, Swagger, they wanted to be on the air with him.
Right.
And so my point is that that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
It's like, wait a minute, the NFL constantly talks about what a brotherhood exists.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? First Take is a platform for a brotherhood.
Right.
So when Shannon comes on, yeah, you're going to be on the air with me. But guess what? Them brothers going to slide up in there.
Yes.
Y'all need to be with each other.
Yeah.
You need to be next to each other. You need to be, you know, verbally knocking somebody like me upside the head when I'm coming at y'all like, yeah, I'm not little journalist. And I saw this. Yeah, you know, and you're like, look at this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and we're laughing and having a blast. It's entertainment, bro, but it's information.
Right.
Okay? It's perspective.
Yes.
It's serious stuff that needs to be addressed. It's the whole gamut. And think about it. We got the national airwaves for the worldwide leader available to us to disseminate and display our message, our belief, our culture, our perspectives, and put them all on display for everybody to see, to combat or to embrace.
Right.
But the point is, at the end of the day, you ain't gonna feel alone.
Right.
You gonna be there and we gonna be together. Why? Because I'm gonna have your back, that's why. And they gonna have your back. And that's the way it's gonna be.
You know what people ask
That's
me?
the way it's gonna be.